Hello, language and life-loving friends, and welcome to Creative Teaching and Learning Ideas with Patrick and Gable. I'm Patrick, and this fine furry gentleman is Master Gable. And today, we just want to give you a little peek into the introduction of a talk that I gave on longevity at the University of Nebraska campus just recently. Okay, the whole idea, the name of the talk was Longevity Awaits, 13 Scrumptious Well-Being Tips for Now and After Retirement. Okay, so the whole gist is that we can live, if we live in a healthy way, to 120. Yes, 120. Currently, I think there are about 593,000 centenarians, people who have lived over 100 in the world. Okay, so this talk essentially shows 13 components on how you can get to 120. Now, if you're interested in those, because they're not in the beginning of this little video, go ahead and drop a little cute little message in the chat box or in the message box below, and we can maybe make some videos this summer on the 13 different tips. What you're going to see now is just the introduction, kind of the groundwork, the foundational elements that can get us to 120. So, hope you enjoy it, have fun, and here's to longevity. Okay, so what is Citius Altius Fortius? Real quick. Oh, by the way, those of you who answer or ask a quick question, a really good question, you get a sniff of this. Okay. So Citius Altius Fortius is what?
I don't know. How's that?
Oh, I don't know. Nice question. Honesty is number one. So it's for the Olympics. Yeah. Okay. So it's Citius. It's faster, right? Altius higher. And then Fortius stronger, okay? And the Olympics is not about winning, it's about testing the limits of the human heart, right? And so if you can test the limits of the human heart in your offices, you're one step closer to longevity. Just think about that, okay? The other thing I want you to think about is this. Is everybody, feet on the floor, please, because this will blow your socks off. To me it did, I don't know. When I do this, people are like, what? You know, but so just, I'll read it to you. You can close your eyes. I'll read this to you. It says, be aware that this breath, okay, that you are now taking is the first time your body has ever experienced this breath, and it will never happen again. Now, just think about that, because to me, it totally, and I've never taken any drugs, okay? Now, I can't say that I didn't inhale like somebody, okay, because I went to college in the 80s, and you just walked by a dorm in southern Wisconsin and you inhaled, okay? You know, just walking outside, okay? But this really blew my mind because every moment is precious, right? And that's another key to longevity, is taking each moment and just putting it in, because it's like exercise. You exercise when you're young, and it continues on to old age, and your whole body just, it glows, right? Good? What the hell is he talking about? Okay, so today's program, we'll run through kind of quick, because we've got so much to cover. But we've done the exercising welcome, good. And then I'll just give you a tiny little history. It'll be like 30 seconds. It's basically about my mom. Okay, she inspired the whole thing. And Dad passed away, so. Centenarians, everybody knows what those are, right? You're going to become those. I feel it. There's a vibe in this room right now. Okay. And then we'll do the ingredients. And if you've got questions, I kind of recommend maybe just ask at the moment so that we don't forget, okay? And I'll try to answer them real quick. Good? So we've done our exercise. Anybody want to do it again? No, good, we're good. No! Okay, so real quick question for you. What do you hope to learn from this session? Silence. Yes?
How to be healthier during retirement.
Okay, nice.
Just
Okay.
live a long life.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you the number that we can all shoot for, and it's actually in our DNA. They've discovered this. It's really cool. Okay, so my mom, the history. So what I love about this photo is I took it on my mom and dad's 50th wedding anniversary, and she didn't know I was taking it, and she was looking at my dad. So I thought it was really, really sweet. So I didn't get to my dad in time because he passed away in 2016, but I was working on this whole longevity project for them. And that, none other than mom and dad, okay? But now you're reaping the benefits of it. Okay, so mom's 92, and my wife calls her the human Google, because whenever we want to know a date, we just call mom in Wisconsin, and it's like, what year did that happen? Okay, so that's where this project started. Okay, centenarians are people who live over 100. Yeah. Right now, the blue zones are where? Does anybody know chocolate involved?
Greece.
Oh yes, nice. Ikigai, Greece. Good. Who said that? Okay, I'm not a baseball player at all. So yeah, Ikigai, Greece, and yeah. Oh, you got it. That's the biggest one, right? Okinawa in Japan.
What was it? Greece and what?
So yeah, we got Greece, Okinawa, California. Anybody know the town? Oh yeah, Loma Linda, California. Nice. And I'm going to run out of chocolates, and it's only 5 minutes into this.
Spain?
Close. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, Sardinia, Italy. Good. Yeah. So Sardinia, Italy, Okinawa, Icaria, Greece, Loma Linda, California, and the fifth one is
Nebraska.
Could be. You know, my mom said she should add her high school, because she graduated in 1948 at East High in Des Moines, Iowa, and that particular year has, I don't know how many people that are, you know, they're in 92, 93 right now.
She was born in Nebraska. She was.
Oh yeah,
born.
my mom was born in Nebraska too. Why not Nebraska? Yeah, up north. Yeah. So what's the fifth one?
Costa Rica.
Yeah, there you go. Nicoya, Costa Rica. Good job. You guys are great. Wow. Nice. Okay, good catch. All right. So good. So all the 13 components that I've come up with on websites and articles, and most of them are from medical journals, they give us about 5 or 6. So a lot of these are kind of ones that I've traveled around the world, and I've seen different places, and I've read a ton, and so I'm giving you like 6 more. So it's kind of like, I want to get to this. Does anyone know this Ikigai? Awesome. Okay, it'll be new for you. I'm going to take you on a little history of myself. Let's look at this slide. What do you see? A bunny rabbit. So this little child in 1999 was born, okay? And her mom was one of my best friends when I was teaching in Japan, and I came back to the States 24 years later. Suddenly, she became this woman, and she sends me an email in February saying, "Dear Patrick, I don't know if you remember me, but 24 years ago you gave me a white rabbit, and on your FM radio program you announced my birth." And I'm like, whoa! And so now the poor woman has cancer, but she's a grad student in Tokyo, and she's working really hard. And so I asked her, I said, Sae, can you give us a good definition of Ikigai? Okay? And this was back in March. So I've got March, and then I've got one that she just did the other day when she was done finishing up with her chemo. I don't know if she's still in the hospital, and she wrote this to me, bless her heart. But so here's the first one is, it may have something in common with the spirit of carpe diem. Everybody knows, right? Okay, seize the day, good. Or memento mori, you know that one? We shall all pass. Know that you're going to die. You know, so that whole idea of holding on to your life right now. From this, I feel that it is something that is innate, or something that one possesses without realizing it as one goes through life. Okay. So again, this is a 24-year Japanese who isn't really like ikigaiing right now, but she's kind of getting into it, right? One that finds it when it becomes necessary. So when your life, when you want to hold on to that life and it becomes necessary. So then I asked her, could you give me an updated one? Okay. Now, there's a lot here, so if you want to take a picture, you can. I'm just going to walk you through 3 important parts, what I've highlighted in color. So she says, I felt Ikigai, now that she's been thinking about this, can be divided into 3 patterns. How do we live? What do we live for? And why do we live? Okay? And then down here, she's got these beautiful things. I don't know how she came up with this when she was going through the treatment. But as a background thought, the Japanese use the term ikasereteiru, okay? To live or being kept alive. Ikigai, in other words, is something that keeps one alive, and one may be kept alive by Ikigai, okay? So it's that life force, okay? Now that I'm in poor health, both mentally and physically, I'm confronted with the fundamental question, why am I alive? Okay? At that time, the first thing that makes me cling to life is my Ikigai, okay? So you kind of get a feel for it? So in your own words, Ikigai is probably what? So it's that thing that gets you out of bed every morning, right?